Hello everyone, thank you and welcome. I want to thank you for all the amazing feedbacks that I received when I uploaded this application to on LinkedIn. I was surprised about how much interest people took in it. And so, as part of the feedbacks that I got, some people couldn't figure out how to use it. Some people did not really understand the essence of it. So that's why I've decided to make these short videos to demonstrate how to use it and why I developed it in the first place. So why did I develop it? So if you, I wanted a situation where users can upload CSV into Salesforce with ScreenFlow, and I couldn't find a standard function out there, and I couldn't find any application that I could use on the App Exchange, so I decided to develop my own. So one way of importing data into Salesforce is by using the data import wizard. So you can expose this button to users. If you click on this, it opens a data import wizard. So users are able to click on this, do this, map all of this good stuff, trigger this. If you have processes that you need to run, then you will find your CSV, upload, look at it. When I counted this, it was running to about 13 clicks to be able to complete this. And you can't even put this on a screen flow, okay? So if, apart from it being cumbersome, it's not really something that was designed for my use case. Another thing is, it's not every standard object that will allow you to, add this button on the layout. For example, someone should correct me if I'm wrong. You cannot add this button to a code 9 item, for example, maybe opportunity 9 item, some specific standard objects that does specific things. Salesforce does not allow people to, just use those objects anyhow, right? Okay, so that's part of the reasons why I decided to do this. And how does the system that I have developed work? So you come to account, for example, you come to any of these account, this button is just a screen flow. So this launches a screen flow, and from here you're able to upload anything you want to upload based on mapping. Okay, so let me show you how the screen flow is. Come to the screen flow, come here, the first screen, the very first, you put your logic anyhow you want to put it. This is very, very reusable. That's why I like to develop, so you bring the component. Once you install it, the component will be available here. You bring it to the layout, and you fill the necessary data that you have to supply. Error, you have to give it a name. Leave this at default. If anywhere you are confused, you can use the help icon. It will tell you exactly what is expected. Okay, like this, if you want a specific error message to be outputted to users, you set it there. Field mapping, yeah. So the data type, like when you bring in the data, which format is it supposed to be, which data type is it supposed to be, you set this. It's not always necessary, but I strongly recommend that you guys let the system know the type of data that are coming in and the type of data that will come out. That way, when you use it in other branches of your flow, you won't encounter unexpected errors. The maximum size, so the file size, 5 MB. This is 5 MB. That's the default. You can set it as 1 MB. Just put 1000. Just put set 1 here or something like that for 1 MB. Field type mapping. So object field mapping. So this is, if you are confused, just look at it here. Okay, it will tell you exactly what it is expecting, the name and first name, email, things like that in JSON object. So either you want to set it to true if you want. If you don't have to. Show debug, of course. So you want at the initial stage, you want to set this to true so that you can see what is coming in. Okay, so and show preview. Of course, you set this to true too if you want to see, if you want to preview the first 5 rows, you know, first 5 rows, and the object that you want to import data to. So the object, you know, when you bring in through CSV, it has to be converted to something. So you need to tell the system, you know, the type of the target object API, and everything is explained here. Okay, now you can paste your JSON straight in here, but I don't like that. I like to use a test template. Okay, test template, just to keep things clean. And so for data type, for example, this is how it looks like. You know, first name is string, last name string, title string, email. So if you have like currency field that you are bringing in, you have to set it to currency so that it is formatted like currency. Okay, and so on and so forth. Like if it's a boolean, you know, if it's a checkbox, then you have to set it as I mean, the data type has to be boolean. Okay, yeah. So same goes for object mapping. So if you look at object mapping, this is what is mapping the CSV to Salesforce. Okay, so this is first name. This is what you have on the CSV. There's Excel spreadsheet, right? And this is the field where it's going. This first name is going to first name, and so on and so forth. So let me show you. This is the sample CSV that I'm trying to bring in, you know, first name, last name, and so on and so forth. I'll put this files in the description of this video. Yeah, and that's essentially it. So for data type here, let's come back here. Data type, let me just set data type, the test template. That's all. Okay. Yeah, that's essentially it. So once the data gets in, the next thing is you want to pass it. Okay, so since you have installed this application, you will see, let me try and demonstrate it. So you come to action. When you get to action, then you search for it. It's something collection. This is it, I believe. Yeah, I've created many of them, so maybe you have one of them. Okay, so the output, which output is it going to be? So like which object is it going to output as? See, this is the record variable has to be, oops, yeah, so specify the data type of the record variable that you want to store, right? So you set it in the screen. So of course you can just type contact here, but to keep things maybe easier, yeah, you just type, I mean, you find it, contact, and the system will automatically tag everything together. Okay, so where is the data coming from? The data is coming from screen 1. So you come to screen 1, here's 1, and that will be past data, loader, past data, this one. Okay, and the S-object API name, you have it in screen 1 too. You can type contact, you can just type contact here, but just to keep things tidy, you pick the target API name that you picked here at the top. You know, you set it here. So that's essentially it. I'm not going to save that. Let me just refresh. Awesome. Okay, so as the data come in, because this demonstration is adding contact to account, and you are putting the button somewhere on account, and because of that, you see, if you look at this, there is nothing like account. I mean, you don't want your users, I mean, it's up to you, but as for me, I wouldn't want my users to have to set account IDs here, right? So that's the reason why I'm trying to use a loop, you know, to look for the record variable that came in. So anywhere you put the button, the record variable, the record will be passed to this variable. Okay, so you create a record variable, you mark it available for input, you make sure you type it exactly like this. Then the button will pass the record variable to this variable. Easy peasy. So because it has passed it, so all I'm doing here is I'm looping the output from this pass action. I'm looping it. When I loop it, I'm attaching the record ID of the account. I'm attaching it to each record. Okay, this is just basic flow thing, right? So the current item in loop to account ID is equal to the account ID that is in this variable. Okay, so I'm now creating a contact list record variable, and I'm adding that I'm adding the current item in the loop to this list. Okay, remember the current item in the loop has been appended with the account ID, so I'm attaching that to this list, and that's essentially it. Here I'm creating the record. Okay, so everything from here, the only thing that you need to know as far as my component is concerned is how to pass the data from here. You get the data from the screen, then you pass it. Okay, output from it, you do whatever you want to do within your flow, within your business logic. Okay, that's essentially how to do it. Yeah, so I think what confuses people is the text variable, text template. I wanted to say here, this is how I'm doing it. You know, I'll put these things in the description too, but you don't have to do it this way. You can just paste it. You can take this is data type. If you are, this is just the way I like doing things. You can just paste it here. That will also work. Okay, yeah, so let's test it. You come here, we'll refresh this. Come here. So all that this does is you click on import contact. So if you are importing data into code 9 item or opportunity 9 item or any data, any object that you want, that's essentially how you are going to do it. You click on next, and that's it. Your data has come in. Easy peasy. Your flow has ended. You know, so clean. Instead of like having 13, 14, 15 clicks, users can just do it in 1 or 2 clicks. That's one. Second click, you find your data, you commit it. Of course, I don't want duplications. You know, may delete some of them. Run. It's supposed to be contact. Contact with account ID equals to that. Okay, run delete. Okay. Yeah, that's how simple it is. So like what I also think I should let people know is when you are bringing in the data, you want to preview it. Not everybody wants to preview. This first 5 that you are previewing may not show up in your case. All you have to do is toggle it off and toggle it back on. That would set the variables to the appropriate value. So toggle it on and off. This is what I mean. See where it's saying show preview. Yeah, you set it as off, save it, and set it as true. Set it as false, then save it, then set it as true. The preview will start to work from there. Okay, yeah. I hope this was helpful, and I want to thank you for viewing. Thank you so much. If you have any confusion, concerns, questions, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, or you can private chat me the way most people have so far. Thank you so much. Take care.